Specific study techniques. Now let's discuss some specific study techniques you can use when preparing for exams, discussion questions, or response papers. We'll first look at acronyms. Acronyms are a good way to remember lists or information in a certain order. Their effectiveness mostly stems from the fact that they are usually fun or relevant to the speaker. To make an acronym, take the first letter of each word in a list, and then write a sentence using words that begin with the underlined letter. Here are some examples. Some common acronyms include Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, to describe the order of operations in mathematical computations, or Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge, to describe the order of the music scale. Here is another example to help remember the names of planets. Let's try creating an acronym. Try to make an acronym out of the 5 most populous cities in Indiana, which include Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Evansville, South Bend, and Gary. You may pause this video to give yourself time to write down your response. Here is a possible acronym for this list. When making an acronym, try to make it funny or have personal meaning. The LOCI strategy is the visual equivalent of an acronym. This strategy helps you remember by making visual associations with information. This is particularly helpful if you are a visual learner. The LOCI strategy can be done either with an actual set of terms or like an acronym where substitute words are used. Let's make some associations with turtles. First, identify a place with which you are very familiar, such as your kitchen. Visualize that place and its specific features in your mind, such as specific items and colors. Then associate each item with a part of the environment that brings out a piece of information you need to remember. The more out of place the item is in that environment, the better. For example, to remember if a turtle is either a land or aquatic animal, either picture it on the counter or in the sink. Visualize the entire picture with all of the associations you need to make. Let's try out this method. Think of a visualization to remember the following words: pigeon, clown, lemon, and puddle. Now think about how you can visualize each of these words in a familiar place. You may pause this video to give yourself time to write down your response. Some possibilities for this visualization include a pigeon landing on the table and the sink overflowing to form a puddle of water on the floor. The LOCI strategy can also be used to remember processes. For example, if you need to remember each step of the water cycle, why not imagine how that might take place in your living room? The index system is a more conventional and more widely used study strategy. Write down each question, item, or concept on an index card. Then write the answers or definitions on the back of each card. After shuffling the cards, look at the top card and try to answer the question. Proceed through the deck until you can answer all of the cards. The greatest strength of the index system is that it can be easily used to fill in small gaps of time with effective study, such as before and after classes, or even during commercials if you are watching your favorite TV show. Lastly, create a study guide for yourself using the techniques just mentioned along with notes from class discussions and readings and any supplemental information your instructor has provided. You can also create a study guide in groups, which allow you to break up the tasks between people. When creating a study guide, start by outlining the important topics. Create potential test questions and quiz yourself. As you quiz yourself, go back and study any questions that you were not able to answer or any concepts that you did not completely understand. Take a moment to reflect on the study strategies we discussed. Which strategies do you already practice? Write down what strategies you would like to implement and how. You may pause this video to give yourself more time to respond.